Philadelphia News, team of my heart.
You waited all season for answers. And now the Sixers are holding the no 3 pick, but they might trade it. Injuries shattered dreams. Stars faded. And now the front office's future is on the line. Big moves are coming. This is your Sixers news. Trade talks are heating up. You've been through enough pain with this team. Let's be honest, Wendy, for wins. That's not just disappointment. That's heartbreak. You believe this squad was finally built to contend. Paul George arriving felt like the missing piece. Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey were ready to dominate. And for once, you thought you were about to watch a complete season of winning basketball. But instead, what did you get? Injuries, excuses, and more frustration than you deserve. George missed time. Embiid missed even more. That big three, it played together fewer times than you can count on both hands. You watched as the promise turned to dust and the standings left you at the bottom. So here's the pain you know this team needs to win right now. Not in tears. Not when some rookie figures it out. Not when the fans run out of patience. Now. And holding the no 3 pick might feel like hope. But what if I told you? The Sixers might not even keep it. Yeah, that's real. According to NBA insider Sam Vecini, the Sixers are expected to listen to trade offers for that top pick. That's your Sixers news, and it's got major implications. The message is loud. The front office can't afford another losing season. Their jobs are on the line. And you? You can't handle another rebuild. You want results. You might be thinking, but what if we just take the best player available? Here's where it gets tricky. Ace Bailey out of Rutgers is a name flying around mock drafts. He's got length, potential, athleticism, all the tools. But guess what? Scouts are saying he's still a project. He's not walking into the league ready to shift the momentum of a win-now team. He'd be more like a promise. But you've been promised too many things already. And then there's VJ Edgecombe, the Baylor wing, more polished, more game ready, more likely to contribute on day one. Some league execs are already whispering he's got the better upside today. If Philly stays at no 3, that might be the move, but it only works if they're keeping the pick. But should they? That's the million-dollar question. Because what if trading the pick brings you a real difference maker? A veteran who's been through the fire, not some kid learning how to run an NBA offense on the fly. You saw how thin this roster got when the injuries hit. Outside of Ricky Council 4 and Gershon Yabusel, nobody played more than 60 games. That's not depth. That's a crisis dot. So here's your solution. You move that pick. Bring in someone who can actually keep the Sixers in the playoff mix right now. And show Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey that this organization still believes, still wants to win, still respects your time and your support. Look. This isn't just a draft pick. This is the future of the franchise. The path they choose, keep it or trade, it will shape everything that comes next. And you're not just a fan. You're someone who bleeds for this team. That means this decision, it matters to you more than anyone else. Now I want to hear from you. Should the Sixers keep the no 3 pick and draft Ace Bailey or VJ Edgecombe? Or is it time to trade it for a proven player who can help win now? Drop your thoughts in the comments. *** you've seen this story before. Young talent hyped up, brought in, and then stuck behind veterans, or worse, thrown into the fire before they're ready. That's the risk with Ace Bailey. Sure, he might one day become a game changer, but do you really have the patience to wait? Does Joel Embiid have the patience to wait? Does Nick Nurse have time to mold another project while his job might be hanging in the balance after a 24-win collapse? You're smarter than that. You've been watching this team long enough to recognize what's missing: depth, reliability, health, leadership. And you don't get those things from a raw rookie who needs time to adjust to NBA speed and physicality. That's why the Sixers news you're hearing is all about trade talks. Because the front office knows exactly what you know: this roster needs real help right now. Now take VJ Edgecombe. There's something different about him. His game's more refined. His shooting's more reliable. His defense, already NBA level. And while he may not have Bailey's sky-high ceiling, Edgecombe has a floor that's solid enough to step on the court tomorrow and contribute. That's what makes the no 3 pick such a wild card. Because if the Sixers decide to use it, they better hit on the right name or you're right back where you were this past season, hoping for help and praying for consistency. But let's talk trades again. Because you know, deep down, that there's real value in flipping this pick for someone proven. Look around the league. Teams like the Spurs, Pistons, Hornets, they've got young cores, but need that top 3 pick to speed things up. Philly could send the pick and maybe a piece and bring back someone who fits the win now timeline. Someone who actually shows up for more than 40 games. Someone who doesn't need a year or 2 to develop. You can almost feel the pressure in the front office. You know those suits are feeling the heat. Another bad year, and they're out. So they're not just listening to offers, they're probably making calls, floating feelers, testing the market. And every Sixers news update you see between now and the draft is going to feed into that. Rumors, smoked speculation. But at the heart of it is one truth. This franchise can't afford to get it wrong. Think about Paul George. When you saw his name in a Sixers jersey, you thought this was finally the turning point. But his body didn't hold up. Neither did Joel's. Maxey was electric, but even he couldn't carry the entire weight of the season. What does that tell you? It tells you this team doesn't just need talent. It needs stability, toughness, reliability. And the draft doesn't always give you that. You've also got to ask yourself, what's the bigger risk? Holding the pick and swinging for upside, or moving it for someone who's ready to go, even if that means missing out on a possible future star? You're not just trying to win games, you're trying to restore faith. You're trying to remind Embiid why he should stay, why he should trust this process, even after all the injuries and playoff heartbreaks. And Maxey, he's becoming a star. But stars need help. That's why every phone call between now and June 25th matters. Because that pick isn't just a pick, it's leverage. It's a lifeline. It's a decision that could mean the difference between another 20-win year or a real shot at a top 4 seed. You also have to wonder what's going through Nick Nurse's mind right now. The man was brought in to lead a contender, not to rebuild. He signed up for Embiid, Maxey, George, not a G League rotation, and raw 19-year-olds learning on the fly. If he's got any say in this, you better believe he's pushing for pieces. That can help right away. But what do you think? Honestly, would you rather take a chance on a high upside rookie like Bailey? Or would you rather get a proven veteran through a trade? Let me know in the comments. And here's where it all hits you, this decision at no 3. It's bigger than just a draft pick. It's bigger than just another name on a jersey. This is about identity, about what kind of team you want to see next season. Are you still hanging on to the process years? Still chasing potential? Still hoping that someday, it all clicks? Or are you ready for a new chapter where the Sixers stop waiting and start acting like a serious franchise again? You've watched other teams make bold moves. Boston, Denver, Miami going all in, reshaping their rosters with real-time decisions instead of tomorrow's maybe. And now you're watching Philly hesitate with a top 3 pick in hand. The kind of pick that could bring you a star, or better yet, be the key to unlocking one via trade. That's why Sixers news and trade rumors are blowing up right now. Because everyone knows this pick is in play. And because you know what's at stake. You deserve more than another season of what ifs. More than another headline about Embiid missing time. You deserve a team that's ready to compete, not just participate. And you can't get there leaning on raw prospects and hoping for miracles. You need real production, real support, real direction. Let's say they keep the pick. You better hope they nail it. You better hope it's not another Jalil Okafor situation. Or even worse, another Markelle Fultz saga. Because you know how that goes great on paper, disaster in reality. You've lived through that pain, and you don't want to live it again. Now, imagine this. The Sixers pull the trigger, trade the pick, and land a wing who can stretch the floor, defend, stay healthy, and show up every single night. A vet who's been in the playoffs, who won't need years to adjust. A guy who knows what it takes to win. You're not watching another rebuild, you're watching a reloaded team. One that might actually deliver. And don't forget, there's a clock ticking in the background. Joel Embiid isn't getting younger. And even though he's still one of the most dominant big men in the league, his window is closing. You've seen what happens when a generational talent doesn't get the help he needs in time. Do you want to be the fan who watches him walk away because the front office bet on another kid who wasn't ready? Maxey's already shown he can be special, but he's not carrying the team alone. Paul George. You saw this year his body is saying one thing while his resume says another. He's not the guy who carried Indiana anymore. And that means you need more. More weapons. More glue guys. More depth. You need a roster, not a wish list. So when you hear the Sixers are expected to listen to trade offers, don't brush it off. Lean in, because that's the front office finally getting serious. Finally acknowledging that it's now or never. That a roster that just went to for 5'8", with 2 All-Stars and a 9-time All-Star can't afford to bring in another rookie project and hope it all works out. You've been loyal. You've been patient. But patience doesn't win championships. Action does. And this pick, this moment, it's the first real test of whether this front office is ready to act. You can't fumble this. Not again, Dot, so I'll ask you straight, do you trust the Sixers to get this right? Do you believe they should trade the pick or keep it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And hey, if you want to keep getting the realest, rawest, and most up-to-date Sixers news and trade updates without the fluff, then subscribe to the channel and smash that bell so you never miss a single move. Because you and I both know this off-season is about to explode.